Can you imagine loving someone deeply, only to find out it was all a trick? A trick that broke your heart and emptied your savings. This sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But love scams are real and affect many people. Today, we're going to explore these scams which have tricked people all over the world into heartbreak and financial trouble. Are you ready to learn about these tricks and lies? The catfish scam surfaces into our top 10. This notorious scam has significantly spiked in recent years. The masterminds behind this scam are skilled at deceit and trickery, competent in spinning tales that trap their victims. The structure of this scam involves a con artist, typically hidden behind the digital veil of a computer screen, crafting a completely fictitious identity on a social media platform. This counterfeit profile is meticulously crafted to appear genuine, believable, and irresistible, brimming with attractive photos and captivating descriptions. Having set the trap, the scammer patiently waits for an unsuspecting victim to fall into it. The victim, usually someone craving companionship, gets caught in the scammer's spun narrative of loneliness and sorrow. The scammer, with a masterful manipulation of words and emotions, begins to create a deep emotional bond. As this bond deepens, what seemed to be a blossoming friendship is, in reality, a scam. The scammer, disguised under the pretense of needing financial help due to a heart-rending story, systematic draining of their victim's funds. The victim, befuddled by the emotional connection, willingly hands over their money, under the misguided belief that they are helping their newfound friend. The scammer continues to exploit the victim's emotions until their financial resources are exhausted. They form a deep and powerful emotional bond, only to misuse their victim's finances under the pretense of needing help. Take note of this warning. Scams like the catfish are not only pervasive, but also distressingly effective. Stay educated, stay vigilant, and above all, stay safe. Countdown from 9. We uncover the cunning hoax of the charity scam. In this masterfully plotted deception, the scammer convincingly portrays himself as a devoted and selfless charity worker, laboring in an underprivileged, remote location, far from the comforts of home. The tale woven by these tricksters is one of adversity and endurance, exploiting the inherent trust we place in those dedicated to charity work. They will often claim to need urgent financial assistance, either to continue their noble mission or to send vital, life-saving resources to the less fortunate. They may construct a heart-wrenching narrative of sorrow and hardship, appealing to your sense of empathy and desire to help. But the bitter truth? In reality, there is no dedicated charity worker. There's no underprivileged location, no selfless individual, and no life-saving resources. There's only a scammer exploiting your empathy and charitable spirit. The advanced fee fraud is one of the most cunning and deceptive scams a scammer can perpetrate. The fraudster, in this case, isn't simply out to rob your wallet, but also to toy with your trust, to exploit your unsuspecting nature by pretending to offer you an irresistible deal. Imagine this scenario. You receive a highly important message, possibly through social media or an email. The individual reaching out to you claims to have a very profitable business proposal or an investment opportunity. They sketch a tantalizing, alluring illustration of the proposition. They might inform you they've inherited a fortune, they've landed a lucrative government contract, or they've won a lottery and need your help to claim the prize. These persuasive propositions are designed to captivate your curiosity, to invoke a wave of enthusiasm and greed within you. They're soliciting financial cooperation, asking for money to handle legal expenses, administrative costs, or taxes before you can reap the promised benefits. They might even present bogus paperwork or certificates to lend authenticity to their claims. This scam thrives because it manipulates one of the most basic human instincts, greed. It leverages your aspiration to make quick money and twists it into a tool to trick you into parting with your hard-earned cash. But be vigilant. Even as you contemplate the promising returns, it's all a hoax. This scam exploits your greed, turning it into a weapon against you. Our list begins with the notorious gift card scam. This method of deceit involves a scammer, frequently masquerading as a government official or a company representative, expressing an urgent need for payment. They set a pressing scenario of unpaid bills or urgent dues that require immediate attention to avoid penalties. The catch that plays on your fear and sense of responsibility is unveiled. They insist on a very specific mode of payment: gift cards. The anxiety with a compelling narration of potential consequences of non-payment, a story of legal actions or service disruption that hovers just around the corner unless you can help. They exploit your concern and compliance to solicit the gift card codes. You, agitated by their threatening tale, decide to comply. You buy the gift cards and share the codes, believing in the resolution of your supposed problem. But alas, as we come to once the gift card codes are shared, they vanish as if they were mere apparitions. Every trace of them, every intimidating email, every pressing call disappears into thin air. There you are, left standing alone with a bunch of worthless gift cards, fallen for a scam that you thought was a genuine call for payment. We unravel the business investment scam at number 6. This scam stands as one of the most deceitful and damaging ploys that have been emerging in the world of financial fraud. Its alluring premise catches a substantial number of unwary victims every year, draining their hard-earned money. The scammer, often shrewd and manipulative, starts by claiming they've recently come across a remarkable business opportunity that guarantees high returns. Their narrative is woven meticulously, saturated with graphic details and poignant stories that are almost believable. It makes you empathize with their supposed predicament, creating a profound sense of trust and empathy. They adroitly persuade you that they are in a financial crunch, desperately in need of your monetary assistance to tap into this promising business venture. They may tell you that they need to pay a substantial amount for securing the business license, or the bank is demanding a processing fee, or there are legal obstacles preventing them from launching their business. They convincingly promise you a significant return on your investment, often a considerable share of the business profits, once they've successfully initiated it. Their pledges seem enticing, luring you into the snare of quick and hefty returns. However, the moment you succumb to their captivating tale and part with your hard-earned cash, hoping to make a substantial gain, the harsh reality strikes. Once you've handed over your money, they disappear without a trace, leaving you swindled and deceived. The promised business profits never materialize, and all you're left with is the bitter taste of betrayal and a considerably lighter bank account. We begin our countdown with the inheritance scam. This is where the storyline takes a bizarre twist, and unfortunately also grows somewhat unsettling. In this ruse, the scammer, with their sophisticated charm, introduces an unexpected inheritance that's too good to refuse. They spin a narrative around a forgotten wealthy relative or a hidden treasure from a past generation that promises a windfall of wealth. The trickster demonstrates an acute understanding of human psychology. They capitalize on people's inherent desire for sudden wealth and prosperity. They paint a vivid image of financial freedom, affluence, and comfort that the unexpected inheritance can bring. You may wonder why they would reveal such a prosperous windfall to you. This is when their narrative crafting skills shine. They convince you that they are unable to claim this inheritance due to some legal complexities, and that's your cue to step in with your financial aid. Sometimes it's a grand estate they're promising, other times it's a hidden treasure, or occasionally it's an unclaimed bank account. But the end result is always the same. Once you're ensnared in their trap and have forwarded your hard-earned money to help them claim this inheritance, they vanish. They disappear into thin air, leaving behind a trail of shattered dreams and disillusionment. This fraud leaves you, the hopeful beneficiary, grappling with two harsh realities: a fabricated legacy and a drained bank account. We put the spotlight on the travel scam. This clever ruse is a sophisticated network of deceit and shrewd strategies. The con artist at its helm operates with a highly convincing narrative. They typically approach unsuspecting, naive individuals with a well-rehearsed tale, which often includes a compelling backstory and a seemingly harmless request for travel payments. We dig into the reason behind the travel payment request, typically fashioned to arouse minimal suspicion. Often, the scammer will use the justification of a dream vacation, an international conference, an unexpected family emergency overseas, or even a too-good-to-be-true job opportunity in a foreign country. The commonplace nature of these scenarios can effortlessly convince the target that the request is genuinely innocent. Once the travel payments are extracted from the unsuspecting victim, the scam doesn't stop there. The fraudster begins to take these payments and then astutely launder them through various channels. It could be via reputable financial institutions, obscure online platforms, or even through social media transactions. This ingenious step enables the scammer to convert the duped travel payments into liquid cash. Lastly, we lay bare the ultimate deception: The scammer thus transforms an ostensibly innocent payment into a profitable scam, where the proceeds of the fraud go straight into their own coffers. The victim remains blissfully unaware until it's too late. The scammer then launders these funds online, pocketing the cash. The medical emergency scam is a fraudulent act, a ploy as old as trickery itself that has been consistently distressing unsuspecting victims. A scammer, often posing as a distressed relative or an authoritative medical professional, approaches the potential mark with a heart-wrenching story. The victim is led to believe that a loved one is in dire need of immediate medical help, a situation so severe that the mere thought of it would make one's heart pound. The plea: immediate financial assistance. The sum might be represented as a hospital bill, medical equipment, or perhaps treatment expenses. Regardless of the pretense, the principle remains the same. A worried person is asked to part with their hard-earned money. This emergency fee, when compared to the supposed life at stake, seems insignificant. The scammer might employ various manipulative tactics, perhaps playing on the victim's fear or sympathy to ensure the fee is paid. Once this transaction occurs, the scammer becomes remarkably silent. The updates on the loved one's health, that crucial information that was supposed to relieve the victim's anxiety, never comes. The contact goes cold, the scammer vanishes, and the victim is left confused, feeling exploited not just of their money, but their trust and compassion as well. Once the fee is paid, the promised updates never materialize. Next up, we have the military man scam, a shadowy aspect of patriotism, a place where the respect and admiration for servicemen and women gets abused. A scammer skillfully poses as a military man in this deception, a traitor in a patriot's guise, if you will. They recount stories of bravery and sacrifice, promising that your support will help improve the lives of veterans or active military personnel. Frequently, these scammers will pretend to represent causes that are indeed dear to people's hearts. It could be programs for veterans' mental health, aid for wounded soldiers, or support for military families. They exploit your respect, your patriotic nature, and your inherent desire to honor those who protect our freedom. They request donations, ensuring you that every cent will be directed towards the cause. However, the heart-wrenching truth is that they are deceiving you. There's no military support whatsoever, only a cunning scam designed to fill the scammer's pockets. The distressing reality? There's no support for our heroes, just a crafty scammer capitalizing on your admiration. In 3, 2, 1, we have the lonely heart. This term may resonate with some of you who are aware of virtual deceptions that frequently occur in reality. The lonely heart is a term that signifies a widespread practice where an individual fabricates an entirely and often convincingly deceiving persona. Their goal? To lure unsuspecting individuals into an emotional or romantic online relationship. You must be wondering, why would anyone go to such lengths? The motives are simple yet disheartening: manipulation and fraud. By portraying the perfect romantic partner, these fraudsters establish a connection of trust with their victims, often characterized by profound emotional involvement. Blinded by their assumed newfound love, victims often overlook glaring inconsistencies and warning signs. Gradually, the lonely heart manipulator exploits their victims, capitalizing on their emotional vulnerability. They devise various schemes, from emergency financial aid to elaborate life tragedies, to defraud their victims. The emotional impact of such scams is often devastating and enduring, leaving victims not just financially, but also emotionally bankrupt. They then use this emotional leverage to manipulate and defraud their victims. In summary, these scams all share common traits: manipulation, deceit, and the exploitation of trust. They serve as a stark reminder of the darker side of love, where predators lurk, ready to exploit the vulnerable. Stay vigilant, trust your instincts, and remember, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Protect your heart and your wallet, and don't let these scams turn you into a victim. All right, folks, that's it for our heartbreaking countdown of love scams. We hope this video has been informative and helps keep you safe. But we want to hear from you now. Have you or someone you know ever encountered these scams? What was your experience? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Your insights might just help someone else avoid falling prey to these scams. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful, and share it with your friends and family to spread awareness. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss our next video where we'll be diving into the world of online shopping scams. Don't forget to stay vigilant and keep your personal information secure. Until next time, take care and stay safe out there.